Hi, welcome to Real World Talk. I'm your host, Stephanie Rockey. Each week, I bring to you 3 questions that I will answer to help better you in your life in the areas of wealth, relationships, and spirituality. I have this fabulous executive assistant, and we are going to just jump right in this week because I'm so excited to be here. And so, what is the first question regarding any kind of wealth or business matters?
John F. asks, how does a business stand out and win the attention of potential customers with all the different ways to advertise today?
You know, I've had my agency for 22 years, and the most important part of distinguishing yourself from your competitors so that you stand out in this extremely noisy environment is you really have to do your research on your competitors. So you start out and you really research, what are my competitors saying about their product or their service? What is it that they're doing that is capturing my potential customers? When you take a look at that research and you really hone in on what their messages are, then you have to find what is your differentiator. What is unique about you? Now, today, there are so many competitors in absolutely every single industry. You are not an island alone. You are going to have competition. And because there's so much competition in the business sector, in all types of industries, along with all the multitudes of ways to advertise, this work must be done up front. When you do it up front and you distinguish what makes you different, that is where you can really win and influence your customers. Without the research, you're just throwing messages out there and you're just going to see if it sticks. And that is poor marketing. And you're wasting your advertising budget in that regard. Don't do that. Really sit down and figure out, what makes me special? What makes my services special? What makes my product like, wow? What's the wow factor? And really own it yourself because you're the owner of the company. You have to own your brand. And so now we're going to move on to the next topic, relationships. So what do we have for that question?
Stacy C asks, is date night a sign that the relationship is headed for a breakup?
Isn't that just amazing? You have a date night with your husband and you're terrified. Is the relationship going to end? Of course not. You know what happens? We are all inundated with so much hurry, so many busy tasks that we have to attend to. Children, work, more work, errands, household problems, you name it. That if you sometimes think that I can't get through all of this, the only way you can get through it is you got to schedule a date night. And if you don't want to call it a date night because you have some type of, in your mind, oh, that means something bad, well, then don't call it a date night. Say, sweetie, this week, this concert's going on and I really need to go to it. And you know what? That's a date. But you don't have to call it date night. So quit getting so hung up on the words of date night and just really kind of, put your radar out there for some activities that you were doing together when you were dating, and just make sure that you make time to continue that attitude of, I really want to go and spend time with you alone because you're my man and you're my woman, and I just really need to connect with you because all this busy stuff that's going on in the world is driving me crazy. And guess what? All it's going to do is add more fuel and lust and intimacy to the relationship that you will just have a great time. So no, it doesn't mean you're going to break up. If anything, it means you're thinking about the relationship and how you want to enhance it. And that's a really good thing. So now we're going to move on to our next question on spirituality.
Thomas H. asks, how do we get off the worry treadmill?
Oh, the worry treadmill. If we all could have like a magic button on our brain that says, turn it off, I don't want to think about it anymore, and turn it on because I'm at work, or turn it off because I'm here at home. No, we don't have that. The worry treadmill is it kind of is simultaneously with anxiety. And anxiety means and is anticipatory. So worry is along with anxiety. So when you're worrying about something, it's because you don't know the outcome. So what comes with worry is anxiety. And so what you have to do is jump right into it. Really lay out, if you're really a detailed person, really lay out on a piece of paper what it is that you have to do and then prioritize it. Because worry comes on real strong when it is such that you know you've got 20 million things to do in a certain time frame and you're just worried you're not going to get it done. And especially there's a lot of worry around expenses these days. And I know we all just, have access to credit cards and, we get them in the mail and all these kinds of other types of offers that we get all the time, and we just want to go out there and buy, and we want to go out there and just spend and be happy thinking that's going to make us happy. But what happens when you go and overspend is then all of a sudden you are worried about how am I going to pay the bills. So you really got to discipline yourself into thinking, you know what? I don't want to be filled with worry. So to get off the worry treadmill, you have to really identify what is causing my worry and how can I control that? How can I minimize it so that I can be more filled with happy, joy, blissful feelings? And that's really what it's all about. So that has been our episode 4 for Real World Talk. Please go to hashtag Ask Rockey and ask me any questions you want, because each week I'm going to be answering these questions and it's so much fun. I love seeing your questions. I love answering them. I know a lot of you are going and sending me personal emails because you don't want the world to know that you're specifically asking this, and know that I am not going to reveal your last name at all so that you can have your questions answered. And so again, go to hashtag Ask Rockey on any social media platform, and I look forward to seeing you next week.